we are in Youngstown, Ohio, and I have Don Pedro Colley, who marvelous actor who was Beneath the Planet of the Apes, your first film.
First official big studio film, yeah, really big studio.
And did you have any idea what a classic it would become?
I was so concentrated on not doing anything that would come back on me as, you know, make me hard to work with or whatever, and yet do the very best job I could. No, we just did our job the best we could. I'm working with Charlton Heston. I had to work with not being intimidated by that thought.
I imagine.
And realize that Charlton is just a guy, just like the rest of us, you know. And we had a couple of interesting moments, and then years later when they screened the play at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, and I went by to say goodbye and hi, and Don Pedro reached out and gave me a big old brother hug and everything. It was just beautiful as could be. So that really set the course for me of being a professional, working in a big studio situation where if you were lax, everything still was taken care of for you, but if you brought something and added it to the pile, boy, were they happy about that. Because you're bringing something, you're not taking something out of it, like, I'm a movie star, make me and do me and whatever. No, I'm saying, let's do this project together. Let's put the best of our ideas together. And the director would even come to me and say, Don, how do you want to approach this scene? I said, well, what if we try this? And they'd say, well, yeah, I like it, but how would that work? Yeah, I like that, let's do it. So it became a collaboration, and instead of, you're just there to do your thing and then go the hell home. And if we like it or we don't like it, and whatever. But it became a collaboration, and it kind of carried over through all the rest of the things I've done over the years. You know, we're there as a collective group. You're not there by yourself. You know, some people, I'm a movie star. Don't look at me on my right side. I look at others. Like, for instance, Joan Collins. We did a 2-hour Starsky and Hutch in Hawaii.
Really?
And we met up at 20th Century Fox in the green room, and they started out with tomato juice and vodka, 6 or 7 in the morning. By the time I got on the airplane, I fell asleep all the way to Hawaii. But dealing with Joan Collins, she had the cigarette. She had her hair. She had her husband, who was doing her luggage. Put my luggage over there. No, I don't want it there. You're too close to the wall. Put it over there. So we get to Hawaii, and I have scenes with Joan Collins, and she tells the director in no uncertain terms, you will only photograph me from this side of my face. This is my side of my face that you will put on film. Everybody kind of looked at each other like, okay, and I have scenes with her. So I say, okay, I'm going to make this real for her too, and she's not even going to know about it. So when the director said, action, I start sliding very slowly so that she doesn't read. This side of her face is being photographed. And it frustrated her so much, she stopped the scene, cut, I can't do this, I can't do this. What can't you do? I told you this side of my face, only this side of my... Okay, well, what's happening? Well, I don't know, Don, would you please stand still?
So you got the wink too?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
So he said, action! I went, this side of her face got over for dark. It was all I could do to keep from punching that, not in the face, but right there in the chest. The kind of hit knocks your breath out. Right in your chest.
Oh my.
She was a horrid, horrid. And can't act. I mean, she's so stiff and so wooden and unforgiving. It's ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. So I said, who is this? This is Joan Collins. I let it go. Do your job and don't worry about the rest of it. By that time, I really was worried about the total content. That, you know, if I'm going to be involved with a project, I don't want to be junk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, they ever give everybody a chance. So we're involved with the total project, and that's all I could worry about was doing my best to set everybody else so it would come out and be a really nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
It would.
Right. Yeah, Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, I have to say, you know, that the scene where you revealed yourself, that was, you know, as a kid watching that, yeah, as you said in your Q&A earlier, going from the old Buck Rogers with, you know, the spaceships hanging from a string and such to
right, giving little fart puffs of clouds.
Exactly. to that scene was just mind blowing to a kid.
What set me up really was the very first movie.
Mm-hmm.
When the apes come riding out of the cornfield on these huge black stallions. Gee whiz, I just, like everybody in the movie theater, it just was such a total shock because it's so different than everything else we saw.
Oh, absolutely.
So by the time we got to our movie, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, the viability of creating a situation and a character based on the time that this movie has laid out, 3035 or some doggone thing, I don't know what year it was.
Mm-hmm.
It became a lot easier to envision what might be happening and how the approach is you are a human being caught in this society trying to survive all these energies that are bombarding your soul and your body. And all you're trying to do is survive it. Whether it's today or it's in the year 3000 something or other. That way your audience has a chance to connect with you and they say, yeah, you're surviving and I'm surviving right along with you. That's how it works. That's what they tell you in acting school when you're starting out, you know, how you allow your audience to get involved. They are the voyeurs. They're the ones that are looking. The camera is just a voyeur.
Mm-hmm.
So many young performers, especially now, they play to the camera. The camera is a voyeur, just another face in the crowd. You know as the actor where the camera is and what it's recording, but you're playing your whole surroundings, and it gets involved and people are coming and going, and the camera's like, wow, and it's getting closer and closer and closer because they're more interested in what's happening, and that's the way you have to treat it. You really have to treat it that way. I'm pretty, I'm on camera, I'm in Hollywood. Oh, stroke me some more, I'm so pretty.
Okay, now you're turning my stomach.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now I don't know where to go from that. Actually, you're talking about young artists. Do you have any? This is a question that I like to ask. What do you do for inspiration and creativity as an artist?
It's usually embedded in the material. If you know how to read it and see it and get a glimpse of what the writer's mind is about. And there are usually clues throughout, and that's where the inspiration is for creativity. And if you're from an acting school, it means that, like Stanislavski, it gives you homework that you have to do. And he says there are 6 questions you have to answer. Ask yourself and answer when you're creating a character. And every time you can answer one of those questions, it creates another question, which takes you another level into the character. Pretty soon when you can get all of that information put together and squeeze it out in the juice, you throw the chaff away and drink the juice and you've got the inspiration in your body. Then it can be organic. And whatever energies that come at you from various angles you can react to. You know, like you're in the middle of a scene and the guy's eyeball falls out and rolls across the floor. You don't immediately go, what's my line? I forgot. No, you go with the energy. His eye fell out and it hit the floor.
Yeah.
And you look at the guy and pause for a moment and decide, is my dialogue going to go on and fit this, or should there be some kind of new reaction with the same dialogue? And learning, I learned a lot of this from Duval. If you're doing it one way and something happens and causes you to veer off, but you're still doing it, and then you come back and do it again and something causes you to veer off, you go with it each time, don't fight it. So many kids, they get so confused that it's not like we planned it. Well, nothing in filmmaking. You plan it, give it a form, and then go from there. And that's how you bring in your colors and your what's the word I'm looking for? Like Vincent van Gogh, he didn't use a brush, he used a palette knife. Mm-hmm. So not only did he get colors and shapes, he got depth and forms, yeah. And that's what you hope for.
Very cool.
Weird.